What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose. I am obsessed with nice cream. If you don't know what that is, you need to know what that is. And I'm a vegan health and fitness coach. I have an online program here to help you achieve your dream plant-based body. Click the link in the description if you are curious. Okay, so what are we talking about today? I actually have another guest. No, it's not my mom. It is a client. So I can't wait for you guys to meet Hannah. She is just the kindest soul in the entire world. And I am just so happy with the mental shifts and the confidence building and the growth that I've witnessed while working with her. And she actually reached out to me way back when in September, thinking about joining the program, but it wasn't really the right time. And she had just joined the gym. She was, kind of getting her feet wet with lifting, kind of going into the free weight section and wanted to figure it out on her own. But then she ended up reaching back out to me in February and she was like, all right, let's do it. She was nervous, but we did it. And now I can say, and she will say, about just the confidence that she gained through strength training. And that confidence is something that I want all of you guys to experience. I really feel like any type of workout routine can really just allow that mental strength, that mental fortitude to build. And it's like with every rep, with every set, with every new workout crushed, that confidence is just building and building and building and building and building. And then you're like, all right, what's next? Like, I can do anything. I did that. I could do this. So it's amazing. And we're going to be talking with her first, but stick around because at the end of the video, I'm going to be going over how to set up an actual workout plan, which I think you guys will all benefit from. I will make it super simple. So let's talk to Hannah and then do not go anywhere. Everyone, I am here with my amazing client, Hannah, who just finished the program. And we are going to talk about her experience focusing on the workouts and just how she gained so much confidence in the gym. But first, Hannah, why don't you tell everyone how you went vegan and, what your nutrition and fitness routine was like prior to the program.
Okay, so I went vegan about 3 years ago, for the environment, for ecological reasons. It was really beneficial to my health going vegan, but not so much at the gym. My workout routine before the program was pretty much just following random workouts that I found on YouTube or on Instagram. I wasn't tracking anything. I wasn't keeping track of how many sets or reps I was doing. I would literally just go to the gym, do a few glute bridges and then abs and then leave. Very inconsistently. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like my fitness program for a while, and then I just never saw any progress at all. Like we were busy doing stuff, but it's
Yes,
hard
exactly.
to progress.
Yeah, I saw no progress at all.
Yes, but then you came to me and it all got better.
Yes, exactly.
What would you
Yeah.
say, what would you say your biggest accomplishments were during the program?
My biggest accomplishment definitely is not being afraid of the barbell anymore. I really enjoy it now going over and doing my squats and my deadlifts and my hip thrusts all on the barbell. Um, and also bench pressing with the barbell. I used to be so scared I was gonna drop it on my chest. And now I love it. It's like my favorite day doing bench press day.
Ugh,
Yeah, so that is definitely one of my biggest accomplishments. And also just like the mental blocks that I overcame, like, going into that section of the gym, not being afraid of working out in a sports bra if I'm sweating to death, like things like that. Mental blockages.
definitely. Yeah, I was afraid too. But it does help, right? Like, wouldn't you say having a plan and knowing exactly what you were doing kind of helps?
Oh, totally. Yeah, when you know what you're doing, you feel so much better about walking into the gym knowing exactly what you're gonna do.
Definitely. Yeah, and you made such amazing gains in strength You literally have your first pull up, and now we're talking about your future of working out, of bulking on the horizon after summer. So that's really exciting, especially since, because we had talked all the way back in September, and then you decided months later in February that the time was right. What kind of made you reach back out to me?
Yes, I was very on the fence for a while, very much like, I don't need anyone, I can do this on my own, I can keep working out by myself. Um, and yeah, I'm very glad that I ended up making the investment in myself. I think it's the best investment that you can make is in yourself and your own confidence. And now I feel so happy that I did because I love going to the gym. Who knows if I didn't join this program 3 months ago, I would probably be doing the same workouts that I saw on Instagram and making no progress and being so frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
having someone to guide you through it and give you the knowledge on the nutrition and the workouts, it just makes everything faster. And I felt like every time you would text me that you're going to the gym and doing this, this, and this, like I would be cheering with you. So it's just like all of this good energy was just coming towards
Yes.
you.
Yes, exactly. And I made so many friends at the gym too. Like I was so scared of going into that section and everyone was so nice and so welcoming.
That's awesome.
Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I always feel like you feel like everyone's watching you, but then you end up just making friends with everyone and
Yeah.
it's just one big family. If you go at the same
Yes.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like friends with all the people that go at 6 a.m. now. Like we all know each other. It's really, really nice environment to have. And really, it's nice to have that community like connection, like keeps you going to the gym, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like those little wins of confidence building up, up, and up. And I really feel like, Hannah, you're just a totally different person now than when we first
Yes.
spoke. Your
Yeah,
confidence is just through the roof.
I really feel the same way. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me, this is what it's all about.
Yes.
Seriously. You look great, but it's like the confidence is a lot more important.
Yeah, and that was a big part, like, going into the men's section of the gym, I'll call it, um, was, like, just that alone made me feel so confident and so strong that I was able to overcome that fear, and then, like, actually being able to go in there made me actually strong too,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah. You need
so,
to go in there for
yeah.
the big weights.
Yes, exactly.
Bench press isn't in the elliptical section.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, final question, Hannah. What would you say to someone who is kind of like you, where they're on the fence, not sure if they want to join the program or keep trying on their own? What would you say to them?
I would say that again, that the best investment you can make is in yourself and that, you know, think about where you'll be months down the line if you'll be doing the same exact thing that you're doing right now and how you'll feel. It's all about what makes you feel the best. So if you think investing in yourself is what make will make you feel the best, then you should for sure.
Exactly. It's all about feeling good and just realizing that fitness and nutrition just makes you glow from the inside out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it really makes me so happy every day. Like, if I miss a day at the gym, it's like I seriously get upset about it. Like, I can't wait to go the next day.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Hannah, thank you so, so much for sharing your experience and just thank you for putting in the effort and getting uncomfortable. It's been just amazing getting to know you as a person, and I'm so proud of you. Seriously.
Rose, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.
Ah, wasn't that so amazing? She is awesome, Hannah. You crushed it, and I just loved, loved, loved working with you. And I'm glad that we live near each other because we can get vegan food soon. All right, so let's break it down. I'm gonna go through workout programming. So it is very, very, very confusing when you are new to all of this strength training. Trying to, figure out how to actually do the exercises is challenging, let alone then planning it and progressing it. But number one, if you are new to lifting, if you are a newbie lifter, as I like to call it, then you really don't have to put that much thought into it at first. Your muscles will really adapt to anything that you do. So you should just familiarize yourself with the movement patterns, which I will go over, and then just kind of practice your form, practice picking up heavier weights each time you go to the gym. Of course, don't hurt yourself, never pick up something or perform exercises that you are unsure about. YouTube it or ask for help, get a trainer, stuff like that. Make sure you're safe, number one, but you really don't need to worry too much about it. But what happens when that honeymoon stage is over, when you can't readily make gains, you can't pick up new weight each time you go to the gym? Then you have to get smart about your training to really make progression. It's really easy to progress when you're a beginner, but when you get closer and closer to your genetic potential, as I call it, because all of our genetics kind of defines how much muscle we can actually put on in our lifetime, then you actually have to think about writing a workout program. But if you work with me, I'll do that for you and teach you how to do it. But if you need to set it up yourself, keep watching. Number one is just to set a goal. So think about it, if your goal is just overall full body strength building, or if you're very specific and you want to be a power lifter and you want to improve your squat, bench, or deadlift, or if you're getting ready for summer and you just kind of want that aesthetic type look. So you have to set your goal to really then be able to pick the exercises that you do. So number two is going to be exercise selection. So you have to understand the difference first between compound movements and isolation movements. So compound movements work multi-muscle groups at once. They're multi-joint movements. So that is the big lifts, the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, the overhead press, the push-up, the pull-up. They're working different things at the same time. So you want to really have those in your program, and they really take priority because they really get you the most bang for your buck. You can put on a lot of muscle by progressing in those lifts. So for example, when I first started out, I thought I had to do girly toning workouts, which were band isolation work, cable kickbacks, but those things just accrue more muscle fatigue, and they're not really doing much to help you put on overall muscle. And remember, we want to put on muscle, and that's not bulky, we are just sculpting ourselves. So definitely prioritize those big lifts first, and then use your accessory or isolation for the smaller muscle groups, especially the ones that are lacking. So if you feel like your glutes are lacking, your side glutes, your glute medius, then do some lateral walks, stuff like that. For your shoulder development, do rear delt, which is a muscle that lacks. If my physical therapist is watching this, he wants me to do calves, which are just a muscle group I don't even remember I have, kind of thing. So basically you just have to prioritize the compound lifts in your program and then throw in the accessory isolation for the weak and lagging parts, but remembering your overall goal. So if you really want to do well in your squat, then you should be making that the priority. And if you want to look good over round, then you should just be able to do, those lateral raises to make your shoulders look good, tricep dips, like stuff like that, that really put the focus on whatever you want. Because if you're thinking of sculpting, if you're thinking of aesthetics, it's you just train the body parts that you want to look good, and they will look good if your nutrition is dialed in as well. Also, you really, really, really have to understand the movement patterns. So these really dictate what exercises you're going to choose. So movement patterns for the glutes is hip extension, so that would be your squat, deadlift, hip thrust, and then lateral walks, because glutes also externally rotate the hip. So you want to make sure you have all of those. And then your other leg muscle groups, your quads and your hamstrings, have those patterns in as well. And then for upper body, overhead press for shoulders, and then some lateral and rear deltoid work to get really a well-rounded shoulder. For your back, you want to do vertical pulls, horizontal pulls, And then for your chest, bench press. So those are just the main muscle movement patterns that you want to incorporate in your lifts. And then once you have those, just practice them, and then you can understand how to vary the exercises. So don't worry about that too much, because variations are just doing different grips for the back, for example, of the same movement patterns, or doing like a different kind of stance, or putting elevation, but that's all in the weeds. Let's just keep it big picture for now. Okay, so we got our goal. Let's say we want to just grow our glutes. We want to look good. We don't care if we're going to be powerlifting. We just want to look good and grow our glutes. And then we understand the movement patterns of the glutes. For example, we would start off with a compound, a back squat. Then we would do an accessory to the back squat, which would be a weighted reverse lunge. Then we will do an isolation for our glutes. We'll do a single leg hip thrust. We'll do an isolation for our lateral walks. We will finish with some hamstring curls, because we don't want to forget those muscle groups. So that would be an example of a good workout where you don't need to throw in every single glute exercise under the sun, but you're just hitting the main muscle groups. Then once we have a sample workout to work with, we need to think about the program in itself over how many months it's going to be, how many weeks, because you can't just be doing random exercises all the time. You're not going to progress, and muscle grows with progression. So we want to keep challenging ourselves. So the mesocycle is going to be over 3 months, let's say, and then you're going to have multiple microcycles in those 3 months. So that is going to be the chunk with the little chunks. So you're going to have one big chunk, which is the mesocycle, and then the little chunks are the microcycle. So you can have like up to 4 microcycles in one mesocycle, where that's where those blocks come in. So it would be one block that lasts 3 weeks. That will be exactly the same things, So you progress in those. And then the second microcycle, you can either change the rep schemes, change a exercise variation or something, but you want to keep the overarching goal in mind. So let's say that goal is in 3 months, I want to grow my glutes and I want to look good. So you would make sure you're focusing on glute exercises, and it's going to get harder, so you peak by the end of the mesocycle, because you always want things to challenge yourself. That is how muscle grows. Okay, so we have our big chunk, our little chunks, and then what the heck do we do with reps and sets in our little chunks? I would aim for about 8 to 12 total sets per muscle group per week. You can choose to keep each microcycle the same, so each 3-week block, for example, the same reps, and then just progress up in weight. Or you can vary the reps each day and then progress either in reps or weight, or just some sort of moving forward, we're progressing, and then we peak. Let's say we have a 3-week block. So we always start off with the, least intensity at the beginning, because we're not going to be PRing at the beginning of the program. We want to improve that over the program. So let's say we have 3 sets of 5 reps of squat, 115 pounds. Okay, so then next week, you can either keep the sets and reps the same and increase the load. So that would be 3 times 5 at 120. And then on the 3rd week, again, increase the load, 3 times 5 at, let's say, 130. So you progress through weight. Or you can add an extra set each week. So that would be 3 times 5 the first week, 4 times 5 the second week, and 5 times 5 the 3rd week. So you're getting more work done in the set, more stimulus to the muscle, and the muscle is growing. For high volume work, 8 to 12. And then you could do more depending on the accessory and what you're trying to achieve there. And if you're doing a strength type focus, the reps anywhere from 1 through 5, and the accessories for that a little bit lower. So that stuff is personal preference and a little bit advanced, but just keep thinking about each week, I want to get better through reps or through load. If you have access to a gym, I'll do a whole new video on how to progress at home, but if you have access to the gym with heavy weight, you can really make a lot of traction there. Of course, final words, just be consistent with it. Be consistent even when you're not seeing progress, and act with intention and just give your all, don't be complacent. That is how to set up a workout program. If you guys want me to dig more deeply into this and really break it down for you, especially glute specific training or anything in particular, abs, pull-ups, let me know below and I will be happy to walk you through it. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for meeting Hannah. She's amazing, and just go into the gym with confidence. Go face your fears because no one is looking at you, I promise. And if they are, it's a reflection of themselves, not of you. All right, have an amazing night. I'm gonna go make some pasta. Bye.